It's the final part of the Troubled Diary. Naughty's here. It's part 8. It's the last part of the Troubled Diary. After 3 wonderful games, 4-1 over the Torrent, 4-3 over the Sirens, 5-0 over the Charge. On Thursday, March 19, 2026, it was sadly time to come back home. And I have to say, we're definitely feeling the post-trip blues. You didn't want to leave? Nope. You didn't want to leave? Nope. Nope. No. Especially while that plane was like, oh god. Oh, are you going up with some swears? Not in front of Naughty. We'll see. Yeah, so it was time to then return home. It went by too quick. I knew the trip was going to go by too quick. Yeah, I knew it was going to go by too quick. Yeah. There it is. So, our flight back to... Right. Basically, the way we flew out, so from Manchester, Dublin to Minneapolis, that's exactly what we're doing this time, but in reverse. So Minneapolis into Dublin, then from Dublin to Manchester. Yeah. And oh, was it hell getting back? Yeah. Oh, was it hell? It was hell. It was hell. For starters, our flight wasn't until about half 7 in the evening in Minneapolis. But because of the case palaver that was created coming back from Denver, we kind of really had no choice. We had to basically, as soon as the hotel chucked us out, which was about 11 o'clock, as soon as that happened, we basically had no choice. We had to basically go to the airport and basically get ready to get them what for. Yeah. We're gonna get it! Yeah. Because we still were not convinced that we were going to get our case back. Yeah. We were still not convinced. And I was about to get ready. And as I mentioned in the earlier part, I was already thinking of, oh my god, I'm going to have to buy a new Frost jersey. We're not going to just go see any of that stuff back for who knows how long. Poor Bernie. Poor Bernie, who's still got a little tag on him, by the way. Still haven't got around to get that off yet, because it's quite a fiddly one. We'll get done eventually. It's like, oh god. You need your tablet back. Yep. So yeah, we're not convinced. We had to basically, as soon as we got chucked out at checkout time, we had to basically just go straight there and just yeah. So go to the airport. The first thing we do is go straight to where the baggages were and basically just had to ask, as it turned up. And luckily, it did. Hallelujah! Thank God. Thank God for that. It did. Luckily, it was there, ready for the flight back. Thank God. Everything was still there. It had not been opened, because you never know. They might try and do this when your airplane goes. They might try and open it, this and that. No, everything was kind of still intact. Everything was there. My entertainment system was there. Tablet was there. Frosty was there. And of course, Bernie was also there. But we got it back. Yeah. We thankfully got it back. And we'll just leave it at that. Yeah. Was I pissed off about us not getting it in the first place, but at least we knew we had got it back. And everything was going to be fine. So the next thing to do is basically worry about what we're going to do. Yeah, because we basically were then stuck in that airport for God knows how long. Well, because I got my tablet back, I basically just spent hours on YouTube. You did. I just basically went on YouTube. So, yeah, but it had nothing else to do. There was no cafes, no. All the amenities were on the other side. So now, what I hate a lot about most airports, and Charles de Gaulle, you are one of them. What I hate about a lot of airports is a lot of the amenities are in the airport before you go through security. And then there's nothing when you go past security. That's not really ideal. That's not ideal, especially if, like me, you need to stock up on some snacks because you know full damn well you're not going to be able to eat anything on that bloody airplane. So you need lots of drinks and all that. And Charles de Gaulle is a big culprit. That airport, if you go in there, once you go through security, that's it. You've got your gates, lose, and that's it. That's it. Yeah, that is it. But it's one of the reasons I love our airport because because most of the amenities are when you've gone through security, which is just like yes, because that's where it should be. That's where it should be in airports. In airports, when you go past security, that is where your amenities should be. Before you go to security, yes, have a Starbucks, a WH Smith, and a loo, but nothing else. Nothing else. Alright? Okay? So, thankfully, the amenities were post security, and we did find a lovely little place to eat, which was hella fucking weird, because you never know, it might have been struck up. There's a little corner shop, so you can manage to get that as well. Those crisps made me really thirsty. Well, because obviously it was Lay's. Yeah. Oh, Tay would have been so proud of you, George. She would. I had to get like several bags of Lay's. Oh my god, did they make my mouth dehydrate? I was literally gasping for the drinks every so often. Yeah, it was like, oh my god. Yeah. But if you've ever been on a long haul flight with me on board, you know for what I do not touch the airplane food with a barge pole. Yeah, it's just shit. It's just shit. Nobody ever likes airplane food, and for me, I just do not touch it. Yeah, not with a barge pole. Yeah. I'd rather just have to deal with bags of crisps and Cadbury's dairy milk, and then deal with a grinding metabolism. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So no. Well, you always try to make sure that you are asleep when it comes around. When it comes around. You always do your best to try to make sure you are asleep when they get to that part of the plate, so that you don't have to have then some disgusting muck put on your tray. I'm not going to touch it, I'm not going to taste it, I don't want to fucking look at it. Yeah. So we basically were stuck in an airport for, what was it, 7 hours, 8 hours basically the length of the flight itself. But what were we supposed to do? The hotel chucked you out at 11. There wasn't really anywhere else we could go to have a cafe for a cafe. It's like, and we need all the time we can get, because what happens if the suitcase wasn't there? We then have to go, right, well we're heading back into England, this is our detail, that's not get back by dinner, we'll go soon. Thank God the case was there, because I think if it wasn't, there might have been some very foul language. Oh yeah, there would have been some very foul language that probably would have been fired off. Not going to say by who, but just, yeah. Anyway, it was fine. Anyway, tell you what was not fine, the flight. No. So, obviously we got on the plane, and we are on the plane, and then obviously the plane flies as normal. How the problem is your fellow passengers. And unfortunately, the people in front of us chose to put their seats back, which basically blocked your airways, George. It basically blocked my... You don't get that much space on an airplane. And if, like me, you actually do have some form of claustrophobia. It's not my big phobia. My big phobia is heights. Heights, birds, water, and closed spaces. Those are, and the dark. Oh, and the dark. But that's on disability grounds. Yeah. Those are kind of George's 5 big phobias. In that order. In that order. Yeah, in that order. So remind that order again. So heights, that's a big one. Birds, doesn't like birds. Water, he can't swim. Nope. Can't swim. Nope. Closed spaces. I don't get claustrophobia all the time. It's every now and then. It always kind of catches up on guard. Yeah. And in the dark, but that's going on disability grounds because George can't see in the dark. Yeah. And for someone like me, who can't really sit still in a chair for long periods of time, so I have to basically keep doing this every now and then, it was a problem. And straight away, the claustrophobia kicked in. Yeah. So basically, I got myself worked up. Didn't have control of breathing. The claustrophobia kicked in. But unfortunately, there's nothing we can do because I'm not going to then move my chair back. I'm not causing a domino effect. No, I am not causing a chain reaction. Or because you pulled yours back, and they're going to pull mine back. Not that would have done much good either. And then what? They'll have to pull stuff behind me and let's pull theirs back. No! Plus, you wouldn't even know how to put your airplane chair back. So we got very tricky. We get to landing. Yeah. It's like yeah. Honestly, I think that should be banned. You can't do it. You can't do it when you're on a bus. You can't do it when you're on a train. You can't do it when you're on a tram. You can't do it when you're in your cinema or when you're at a theatre. So why the fuck are you allowed to do it on an airplane where you know full well there's going to be no spaces? In fact, I pretty much do this a lot of the time. Oh, the water, yeah. I actually do that with my drinks because my mental welfare was put in a state because I literally just felt trapped. I felt claustrophobic. Yeah. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Go up and down the airplane, play for 7 hours. Yeah. So, it was, yeah. But you should not be allowed to do that. It should be illegal. I mean, first class, fine. You can have that luxury because I mean, I've never been on an airplane first class, but I imagine in first class you probably would have a more space, more peripheral space. You probably would have that in first class. I think you even get your own bed in first class. There you go. If you're flying economy and you can't sleep like this, then don't fly economy. Don't fly economy. Because I manage to do it every time. Whenever I go on a long flight, I always manage to sleep like this. And you understand? And I'm disabled. So yeah. It's good practice when you get to your twilight years. You find yourself doing a lot of cat naps during the middle of the day. Now you're in your armchair. Yeah, it's good practice. But if you can't sleep like this on an airplane, then I'm sorry. You should not be flying economy. You should not be flying economy if you can't do that. Okay? And the bastard behind me literally went full blown. He didn't go back a tiny bit. He went back full blown. So I was really trapped in my seat. I mean, basically had to have the seat belt on the whole flight because there was a lot of turbulence. So I was really spocked. And not in a good way. I was about to say, where are you going out in George? Not in a good way! Not in a good way! Okay? So, yeah, it was bad. So I had to basically spend most of the flight just sleeping because what was I supposed to do? Literally, what was I supposed to do? I didn't want to dare go to the loo. Because I We did like going to the loo on the flight. I had on the flight out. I had to go to the loo, and it was a horrible cubicle. Took forever to get in and out of that cubicle. It really did. Would have been no more high in that cubicle. So I had to wait till we got back into Dublin. Yeah. And the Dublin airport was even 10 times worse. It was so small. God, if we had had Bernie with us, he would not be able to swing his tail. I know, right? It's a big tail. In fact, let's go and get him. Oh, Bernie! Yeah, because we know the old saying, there's no room to swing a cat. Mm-hmm. Well, get a load of this. Look how big Bernie's tail is, right? No way would Bernie be able to swoosh that on the flight back to Manchester. What was it? Propeller? Do you remind me of Harold the helicopter? Thomas the Tank Engine? Do you remind me of? It's like, oh my god, I'm actually about to go and ride Harold. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, and it was so warm as well. It was hot. Never mind, I was like, oh god. It's hot. Yeah. It was a very tiny. This was to get back to Manchester. The flight from Dublin to Manchester, we were on a very tiny airplane. Oh my god. Not like you knew, because you fell asleep. Yeah, the jet lag officially kicked in. It didn't even give me a chance to get back to my home in Manchester. It just straight away just kicked in. So I was pretty much asleep for the entire of the flight back from Dublin to Manchester. But that's because the jet lag had kicked in. I originally was going to just have play as the Jocks and Jills episode that had just been released that day. But unfortunately, nope. The jet lag just... The jet lag kicked in. It didn't even give me a chance to get back into England. It just went straight for it. It's like, whoa, okay, not prepared for that. Not prepared for that. Not prepared for that. But yeah. But obviously we then got back to Manchester and it was all fine. It was all fine. The cases have been reunited. It all went smooth sailing, and then as soon as we just got back to our home, I was just straight to bed. Yeah. Because I just was massively jet lagged. I had quite a lot of hours. I can't remember exactly how many hours I had, but I had quite a lot of hours. And actually, could have gone a lot more longer if I hadn't woken up when I did. And it is still, yeah, this is bad. This is Sarah's A level jet lag. Why was Philly jet lag? Philly jet lag last year wasn't this bad. Yes, you had lots slept in longer, but I don't remember each time you then woke up, you had some energy. It wasn't like you were completely full whack. Yeah, but you gotta remember that obviously when we got back from Philly, it was straight to the World Cup finals. Of course, it was straight into the World Cup finals. So in Jordan's mind, he has to try and power through because we've got 5 stressful games coming up. Yeah, because I think you immediately did feel that series was going to potentially go to 5. Oh yeah, especially after Aura got the first one. Oh yeah. Well, Aura thought they were going to sweep us. No chance. No chance. Yeah, Yeah, even Nordy's like, no fucking way. You're not sweeping the frost. Not ever. Not ever. That's not how we're going to lose a playoff series when that happens. No chance. Even Nordy's like, no. Not sweeping me by on any circumstances. Yeah, but I feel like the jet lag this time is Sarah's A level, where you just basically like, oh, I just want to stay in the bedroom. Go get me tablet, my phone. And some headphones. Yeah, just stay in here. Then you go down for drinks. Yeah. All the sodas. Yeah. The diet sodas. Yeah. Just do that. Yeah. Yeah. It honestly, it has been tough coming back because it has been an amazing trip. And obviously, we've then had to get back to it. Obviously, last Saturday we had our first game in Vancouver, which you were very excited for, boy. You've been circling that on your calendar for quite a while. Obviously, then on the Sunday we had the Charge and Victoire in Winnipeg for the Takeover Tour. And then, since Monday, we've had to basically get straight back to work on the podcast because we've got a lot of post-trip content to do, which we'll try to get done first. And then there's lots of other bits and stuff to do around the league as a whole as well, which we'll try to get that done as well. So, it's very, very busy. Yeah, very busy. But yeah. So there we go. So that just basically brings it to a close. And what a ride it's been. Yeah. What an incredible journey it has been. And we absolutely loved every single second of it. And we are hoping to make this more recurring. I mean, I know with Zaza, I keep saying, oh, we'll come back real soon, and then it turns into like a bit of a, maybe in 3 years, then it was 5 years, but with the PHL, I want to do more regular trips. I don't want to be like, right, let's wait for another 5 years. I want to say maybe let's try and get one done at least maybe once every 2 years or 18 months, where finances are possible, where finances and schedules are possible. I want to do recurring trips to Minneapolis and the PHL as a whole, because you guys know how much we love this league. We've been involved with this league from day one. Okay, we do not have a bad word to say about the PHL, and we're going to keep championing the PHL for as long as I can breathe. So I want to do more PHL trips as often as humanely and financially possible. That is what we'll do, and this was a great first one to do. We just need to get the schedules expanded, and then maybe try and get a bigger home trip in home staying there. Or as you say, we can maybe mix the two together because you have to take your. Oh well, yeah. Depends on what happens with Naughty's schedule as well. Yeah. And who knows? Maybe I'll get back at Sarze one day. But right now, this is priority. When it comes to hockey, the PHL is my number one priority. Has been since August 2023. It's going to keep being so. And we'll see what happens with the PHL. But honestly, it has been absolute blast. We've looked every single second of it. We are missing it like crazy already. I know it's only been like what, a week now since we were there, since we got back. But we just loved it. We loved it so much. We just want to get back out there. We just want to get back out there, see it as possible. We're going to try and do that as more regularly as we can. So that is going to bring our trial diary to a close. But so we've got loads more post-trip content still to come. We're also going to do game recaps. We're also going to do episodes. We're going to talk about what it was like being in Minneapolis and Denver, and also just that experience of taking a tour. So we've got all of that, still to come. So keep subscribing to the podcast. Everyone's already done so. So you do not want to miss a single moment when there's content come out. And of course, we've got still lots more buzz and stuff because a lot of news has been happening since our trip. Oh yeah, yes, we've got a lot of that to cover as well. But I think that's going to conclude it for the fire part. Unless you got a bit more to add? No, wrap it up. Okay. So that's going to conclude our trial diary. And until next time, take care.